them is, you wrote a book on it, beautiful book on stress less, sleep better, about the sleep. So tell us about the three pillars and tell us why each one is so powerful and so important and the bigger picture of not only losing weight, but the bigger picture of living a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I learned, again, from Charles Poliquin, I learned primarily to coach very fast and very on a sustainable way everyone. So whether athlete or non-athlete, no? So, but it's all training. Partly is nutrition, of course. He started also getting a big believer in recovery and sleep and so on and so forth. And if you would ask him back then, 2014, 15, 16, I have heard the question very often, what is his biggest mistake? He would say to have worked too much and then neglected recovery or slept too little in order to work more and so on and so forth. I think there are certain phases in life where eventually you have to um, shortcut a little bit on sleep, on recovery in order to achieve more, whatever, to learn something solid and then to catapult your career. But the homeostasis, the center, let's say, yeah, so in terms of sleep and recovery and so on and so forth. So it needs to be taken care of. If we don't take care about sleep, we are knocking on the door of all kinds of diseases. So back to your question. So what is the system we are using? We call it the 3PP method or the three pillar principle. Pillar one is sleep and stress management. Pillar two is nutrition. And pillar three is training. So let's repeat it again with a little bit more detail. So pillar one is sleep and stress management. And because there is it doesn't make any sense to think about training if recovery is compromised. So risk of injury is high, and then the results you get, they are not good results. Okay, so that's the first pillar. So usually we look into that first, help the person to sleep better, and then manage the stress better, being aware about the major stresses and also unnecessary stress, and then teaching them to eliminate those stresses and getting them under control. That's all pillar one, based on my books, Stress Less, Sleep Better. Then the pillar two is nutrition, applying a preventive approach. What is a preventive approach? Preventive approach is using also functional medicine as a main tool. So let's say we don't want to wait until a disease knocks on the door in order to start freaking out and taking hard drugs. So we work preventively. We establish better flora. We lower inflammation. We look into improving blood work, cognitive function, increasing overall energy levels, mitochondrial health, and so on and so forth, in order to work preventively and prevent any diseases. Because any disease we may have, it starts basically from a deviation of a health parameter or inflammation parameter, whatever, somewhere. It starts very little, very small, it's small deviation, and we could have fixed it with better sleep, with better nutrition, with natural supplements. And if we keep going and we ignore our health, then it develops to something where you cannot work anymore with, let's say, primitive or easy or simple solutions. You would have to take drugs or go for even interventions, etc. No? So that's pillar two. So nutrition, applying a preventive approach. Then the training, of course, colored by Charles Poliquin. I apply an athletic approach, and here where I coach everyone, whether executive or athlete or ex-athlete or average person, whether it's 13 years old or 68 years old. This is the age span of our clients we have here. We always coach them as athletes. And coaching athletes or coach using a athletic methodology to coaching is also holistic in nature. So we look into mobility, we look into posture, we look into structural balance between right and left and upper body, lower body, frontal chain, posterior chain. Even if someone just wants to lose fat, we will still look into all those parameters and fixing them down the road.
Beautiful.
That's the 3-pillar principle.
Beautiful, beautiful.